Hey, what's going on, everybody? Servo here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I can't really log in. So you may have logged in today and ended up getting a message similar to this one. You may be wondering what is going on. Well, we're going to talk about it. But first, if you would hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, it always helps out so much. So thank you for that. But yeah, whenever you log on, you may get a message that says the game is experiencing some connectivity issues with the game portal. Please wait a few minutes and try again. So then you could try and hit connect, and then sometimes it'll actually work and let you in, and sometimes it won't. Now, this has been going on for like the past, oh gosh, I don't know, probably 15 hours now. I know last night when I was trying to work on some stuff, and then I tried some other games just to test it out. Fortnite was down. I've been seeing reports of like Roblox has been down, Snapchat's been down, Amazon's been down, like so many things. Pretty much half the internet has been down, and that is because AWS, which is Amazon Web Service, has actually been down at least since last night. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit continue. You should still be able to play, like if you can get logged in and have access, you should be able to play, and your game should also save to your local save. And then later, if when the cloud servers are actually working, you should be able to upload it there as well. So just make sure that you're saving regularly. But yeah, it's definitely brought a lot of confusion. So I wanted to let you guys know, if you just haven't heard about what's going on, there are some issues. So if you are wondering why this is happening, it's because games often like rely on a cloud infrastructure in like many ways, logging in, authentication for the servers, matchmaking servers, cloud data, player stats, things like that. Well, AWS actually runs many of those backend services for many companies. So if AWS has issues, then logging into your game or like doing matchmaking on not even just Dreamlight Valley, but just a whole variety of game, it can cause issues. So in-game features that rely on those backend servers, kind of like, inventory, stats, your friends list, pretty much anything to do with cloud related issues, or even maybe opening up your moonstone chest, things like that in Dreamlight Valley can be affected. So even if your gameplay is like still running, components of the game could be broken or inaccessible. So during this outage, it's just one of those things we're just going to have to wait it out and wait until they actually get it fixed and sorted. This is not a Gameloft issue. This is not a Dreamlight Valley issue. I believe the mods over on Discord actually made a little post about it as well. And so what they had said was there are currently issues with Amazon Web Services, which is causing issues connecting to servers globally. This appears to be impacting connection to Dreamlight Valley as well. Gameloft has been informed, but unfortunately, we may have to wait for Amazon Web Services to be fully restored. Now, I was looking into it and it looked like that they had restored like 30 different components to their website, but it looked like they were still working on like 101 other pieces. So it's going to be a while. Hopefully they get it all fixed up and running. This isn't the first time that we've had major outages for, pretty much in gaming in general. I remember a long time ago, like back in 2011, I think PlayStation was down for like a month and a half. I don't think that's going to be the case here. I think they're going to get it sorted. But yeah, if not even just Dreamlight Valley, you've been having issues, I wanted to let you guys know what's going on. It's something I feel like no one really has to worry about. We just have to wait it out. So with that being said, let's see, can we even do some voting, and it may be different. As you see right here, it says Dream Snaps and Star Path are currently unavailable. It wants me to connect, and you could keep retrying a couple times and see if it works for you. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, cannot connect to the game portal. Continue playing offline. So it may be best to maybe, I don't know, take the day off, from Dreamlight Valley. Again, you could save it locally, but just to make sure there's no issues. Personally, I think I would feel better about not playing. Gosh, I can't do any of this. Can't access the premium shop. Let's see, event. I don't even have the Dream Snaps tab, the Star Path tab, or anything like that. Hopefully they get it fixed. I haven't done my Dream Snap yet. Kind of wish I would have submitted a placeholder though. If you guys are having any issues like this, let us know down below. And if you're not having any issues, you can let us know what platform you're playing on. I am on Steam, but I have seen that Xbox, PlayStation, Steam definitely been experiencing these issues. Yeah, even if I go to save to cloud, it's been out of sync for 17 hours. And well, since we can't do anything in game, I guess it's time to do some more Reddit review. And since that's kind of some depressing news, let's go ahead and look at something that's funny. So Gamer Kitty over here said 0 regrets. And look at this. This is actually really cool, especially if they submitted this for like a Dream Snap. I actually love it. They have a motif for Oogie Boogie right here in the doorway. They got their character, the little witchy cat. But I love that we have Scrooge diving off of the cliff, just diving off of the bridge, trying to get away from Oogie Boogie. I mean, that's his two fates. You have to face Oogie Boogie, or he's going to take the leap of fate and hopefully be okay. Hopefully there's some water down there. But this just cracks me up so much. I mean, that motif right here has so many uses, but I've never seen anyone use it where he's diving off of a cliff before. They said, I've seen some say they regret buying the Halloween castle skin, but it's so pretty. I love Halloween though. Lots of upvotes, 575. Yeah, I don't think people regret buying the castle skin. I think they regret buying it on certain platforms because while it looks great on yours, and I did a video on this, on the Nintendo Switch, you lose like 60% of the lights on here. Lots of the decals for like the spiders don't show, the candy corn doesn't show. So it's one of those like, those players ended up spending the exact same amount of moonstones, but they got an item that isn't quite got all the Halloween vibes that it should. So it's almost like it should have been discounted over there. Now here's something I agree with. You know, I've seen posts like this over the first year the game came out. Didn't think we needed it back then, but now I feel like we do. So we have okay appearance that said, can we expand the zones a bit so houses will actually fit? Yes, we don't need the main Dreamlight Valley to be expanded a lot, just a little bit. I feel like Dreamlight Valley has really outgrown itself in certain areas. So, you know, you could go and, you know, decorate the DLC maps, of course. We know that. But let's be honest, most of us like to live and just enjoy Dreamlight Valley, the base map, even if we own all the DLCs. But these biomes were definitely built for the early game of Dreamlight Valley, like 3 years ago. The game has definitely outgrown itself, and it doesn't need to be expanded by much, just a little bit. Honestly, they have some good spots here, like the Glade of Trust. Just make it a little bit bigger, have it come out just like this. I think that would be good enough. The beach severely needs to be expanded to double the size. So right now it's just this tiny area. It's very narrow, which it is a beach, but at the same time, I think it would be better if it came down to here as well. And then maybe imagine if you could actually decorate over here, because you can decorate in this small area, but it's like you can't really put much there because there's a path that leads to the forest. So if this came out just a little bit, so you had a nice piece of land here to decorate, I think it would be great. Force of Valor expanded a little bit. And then looks like the Frosted Heights. Okay, having an area up here would be nice. Although I think expanding this a little bit would be helpful because it's also very small. And then Forgotten Lands. Forgotten Lands is pretty big. It's just that big old tree house that gets in the way, honestly. But I am also running out of space in my Forgotten Lands. Like, I can never place any new item down because most of the Halloween or like the villain items or the eerie items, they're so massive. So yes, please expand this, have it come out a little bit more as well. Sunlit Plateau for the most part is a good size. I feel like for a biome, it's kind of perfect, but even having that coming out a little bit would be nice. They did give us floating islands, which is really nice. You know, it kind of helps with not having enough room. Again, it comes back to, we just like the aesthetic. We just like the vibes of Dreamlight Valley. So getting a little expansion for that would be awesome. Up next, we got this post by Charming Training that said, I'm never catching up. They said, I don't know if it's just me, but when the game came out about 6 months after, I got it for my birthday, played nonstop, was almost done with the main story and up to date with quests. 4 months later, lost my account, had to restart. Life gets busy, and before you know it, I have all the current expansions and plan to get Wishblossom. But I haven't even started Storybook, and I'm still trying to finish Friendship Quest to unlock Act 2 of the Isle. Nothing is decorated in Main Valley, noob at Dream Snaps, no moonstones, missing literally half of the characters. Don't get me started on Realms. What happened, bro? Someone convinced me to get back on the grind. Yeah, I mean, Dreamlight Valley, I see this a lot. Dreamlight Valley is something that you truly can take at your own pace. I feel like a lot of people are comparing themselves to others, or even like content creators, streamers, people that post on, other social media platforms, maybe people on Discord. But I promise you, Dreamlight Valley is a game that you just want to take at your own pace. Once you get to the end game and you finish everything, then you're going to be left with nothing to do. So it's always better to have something to do, something to grind for, and something you enjoy playing rather than having no content at all. So the thing about Dreamlight Valley is you just have to log in that initial probably 20 hours, and then you are set up to go in any direction you want. So for example, what I mean by that is you just have to play enough to get most of the core elements of the game unlocked. Get your dream snaps unlocked with Vanellope's quest, get Kristoff's stall unlocked, things like that. Kind of open up all the biomes, and then from there you can go wherever. So for example, say Cinderella is dropping in December, which she is, but let's say she has a realm, which I don't think she's going to have a realm, but let's just say she has a realm. You could just jump straight into the new content with everyone else, still enjoy the game and play during the hype of that update, while you still have Aladdin's realm, you still have Alice in Wonderland realm to do. Like, that's the great thing about Dreamlight Valley is you can always still be in with the hype and the new content, even while being, severely behind, as you say. So I wouldn't compare yourself with anyone else's experience on Dreamlight Valley or say you're behind. A lot of us, yeah, have been playing the game for like 3 years, but that doesn't mean, you're behind in any way, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would just take the game at your own pace, play it. You don't have something after you get off work. You can play a couple hours. Maybe tomorrow you're going to do a little bit of pumpkin farming. Maybe the next day you're going to do your star path. The only thing you have to worry about is those limited timed items, which like the Halloween items, the new Halloween floating island, your star path. Those are really the only things you need to focus on. But in terms of catching up, I think you're good. I think this poster right here summed it up pretty nicely. They said, "What is the benefit of rushing though? You don't need to be caught up. It's just a race to have nothing to do." Exactly. Once you finish it, you'll have nothing to do. And then you'll be like some of us that have, when a new update comes out, you have a couple days of content and then you're stuck with nothing to do for another month and a half except decorate. So I did see the poster of this mentioned many times that it's because they see streamers or that they're comparing themselves to creators. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely not a good thing to do either. So like personally, I have to speed run a lot of content because I need to get guides out. This is what I do every single day. So obviously like there's times I can't even enjoy the game as much as I would want to because I have to like hurry up and figure things out and get videos to help the community. But that's also why I have an alt account, which I am in the same boat as you. I've been taking it at my own pace. I've been enjoying the story. I've just been working on it like I would if I wasn't a content creator, and I could still create content on it. But initially, yeah, my main account was always caught up. Like my main account was always like one of the first ones to be done with everything. But that's just because it's what I have to do. It's my job. So yeah, don't compare yourself to content creators. I know that's how it is for like other games I play. I'll see, because there's some games I can only play a little bit of, and I'm like, dang, they have everything. I've just kind of had to shift my mindset. Well, that's because they're a creator for this game, or they have to speed run a lot of this stuff to be able to have guides and videos and content for it. But just take it at your own pace. You'll be good. And well, guys, that is it for the video. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I hope you have the best day, and I'll see you in the next one.